All right, guys, we are on another episode of The True Hot Seat with Jesse Morphin Garcia and myself, Jaime. And today's guest, we've got Lauren Del Toro.
It's running.
Lauren, give us a little insight of what you do and who you are.
My name is Lauren Del Toro, and I am the Vice President Sales Manager at Union Bank. I've been a mortgage lender for 18 years now.
So in this 18 years, you've seen a lot of changes.
The ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything.
Everything. And what kind of changes are you seeing within this coming year in 2019?
Prices going down. Rates are expected to go up 2 more times this year. That's what's being predicted, and hopefully that'll bring prices down a little bit.
So you're saying we're seeing that shift, and it's shifting towards more of a buyer's market.
Absolutely.
Ah.
Yeah, houses are sitting on the market a little bit longer, taking a little longer to get offers accepted, but still great business to be done.
So if you're a listing agent out there, price your listings right.
Absolutely. We want to get them sold, price them right. I have plenty of buyers.
And you know what's funny is we actually were talking to Elmer, and he had brought up the fact that, I think was it on the buyer's side, the commissions are at 2%. They're expected to rise to 2.5%, which is a good thing for buyers agents nowadays. What about
Absolutely.
loan programs? Are you seeing different loan programs come out?
Market is starting to get a little bit more flexible and a little bit more lenient towards bank statement loans, self-employed loans, 1 year of tax returns. So yeah, we're moving in the right direction.
We're not getting into the whole stated income and,
I'm not getting into that. I can't speak for any other lenders, but I'm not getting into that.
5-year option.
Hopefully not. I hope you learn.
No,
Oh God, please no. I hope not.
Yeah, no more negams.
No, negative.
So if somebody was going to get into the business today, what kind of advice would you give them?
Run. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We work in an amazing business. We're fortunate that, we're one of the few industries where you don't have to have a 4-year college degree. Not that I'm against education, but we can still make a great living. And you just got to work hard. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Go out to events, meet people, and just get your name out there and build your business. Not hard, but it will take patience.
So would you say some of your business really comes from like networking?
Absolutely. Yeah, networking and just building relationships. Most of my agents that I've worked with for 10 plus years or longer.
Wow. Lauren, how can you be in the business for 18 years when you're like 26?
As good as I look, I know all this Botox, huh, honey?
The numbers ain't adding up.
Thank you, Jesse, for that compliment.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No. So since, did you ever dabble on the real estate side, or you've always been lending?
I do dabble on the real estate side. I'm licensed both as an agent and also as a mortgage loan officer. I've also flipped properties. I also invest in apartments. So I'm very well versed on both sides of the business. I'm fortunate for that.
Cool. So you said investments. Are you buying anything right now? Because prices are up.
Prices are up, but when I look at multifamily markets, I'm currently not investing in California. I invest in Ohio for cash flow. So even though markets are up, as long as the property's cash flowing, I'll still buy it.
Ohio. What made you go out there?
The cash flow, higher cap rates for us as buyers. So, you can buy a building here in LA for $1 million and wait 5 to 10 years for it to cash flow, or you can look in outside markets and start cash flowing from day one. So that's what I decided to do. Wow.
Any particular area in Ohio or just?
I invest in Cleveland, Painesville, Lake, Ohio, and a few other places.
That's good to know. So, are you leveraging? Are you borrowing money and on the purchase, or is this all just paid for?
I actually did finance these properties. They require 20% down for a commercial loan. And then I financed them with a local lender out in that area.
Okay. Okay. No, and thank you for sharing that information, because people don't understand the importance of creating a portfolio. That's literally how we get out of the business.
Absolutely.
We don't have that retirement plan, and everyone that I know that got into real estate, was because they wanted to invest in real estate, own rentals, and make their financial freedom, right?
I think half the battle, honestly, Jesse, is pulling the trigger and being afraid to jump off the ledge. And I was very afraid to start investing outside of California. I'm a complete control freak. I need to be there. I need to see the properties. And once I understood that I'm an actual property owner and not a property manager, it made a world of a difference for me. Some people don't like to pay the property manager fees, but I'm going to tell you that's one of the best fees I've ever paid. It makes my life so much easier and so much simpler. I'm not called unless something major is going on. Otherwise, they collect the rents and deal with the day-to-day problems, and I'm able to go on about my mortgage business or my investments that I have here in California.
I like that. So probably with the cash flow difference over there in Ohio, it's a lot easier, I would say, to have a management company as opposed to out here, because your margins are so thin.
Correct. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lauren, what is it that what is it that you want to accomplish in like the next, 36 months, in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, well, I'm looking to grow my team here at Union Bank. So I am actively recruiting for loan officers that are looking for change or to make a move. Very family-oriented company, very well paid for a federal bank. I just want to build a huge presence here in the Inland Empire. It's where I grew up, where my footprint is, and I want to leave that here. But my biggest thing is educating. I love to educate not only new loan officers coming into the business, but also home buyers as well. It really irks me to no end when people think they still need 20% down to buy a home, when there's so many down payment assistance programs available in California, or assistance for veterans to help them get into homes, and they're just unaware of it.
So what kind of benefits do you guys have over there for the new loan officers that you're hiring for? Give them a little shout out or give them some nuggets of what they can anticipate and why they should come over and join your team.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a very, very competitive bank. For everybody out there who is a bank loan officer, we have a very, very high comp plan that is competitive with outside mortgage companies, if you will, or direct lenders. And not only that, we do sign-on bonuses. We do monthly non-recoverable draws, so you never go negative. You never owe the money back. Very similar to a salary, but if you make commission for that month, it's just deducted from your commission, but you never owe anything extra. And then just your basis point structure is outstanding. So I love it. We have full benefits. It's a very family-oriented company. That's important to me. I come from a very, very large family. So all of those things put together is how I ended up here.
Super cool. Experienced, non-experienced? Some experience? Is that what you're looking for?
Right now, I am hiring experienced LOs, self-source producing, and they must close a minimum of 2 units a month. You can close 2 units. We can take a look and see what we have to offer you.
Super cool. All right. So there's a couple bit of requirements and guidelines. So that's something good. 36 months, you're growing your team, but right now, how is it to be able to find business? And what I'm talking about is you're going office to office, or is this built on relationships? Is it harder for a female to find business out in the business world right now?
Uh-oh, did we lose her?
Yep, we lost her.
No! Oh, there she is. She's back.
I'm back.
Did I lose you?
No, we're here.
Hello?
We're here. We still,
I can
there
hear
you
you.
are. You're
Can't
back.
see
Perfect.
you.
Okay. So I don't know if you caught the question, but the question
No.
was, is it harder to be able to manage, being a businesswoman in today's market? I don't know, if you're raising a family or anything like that, but do you see those kind of struggles within like your team or personally?
You know what? I do feel that as a woman in the industry, we do work in a male-dominated industry. There's no doubt about that. But you just got to prioritize and have balance in your life. And is it hard? It's absolutely hard. But one thing that helps me is I get up very early in the morning. Now I'm up by 5 a.m., if not 5:30 in the morning to get my day started.
And how do you see, like, male and female relations? Because, like, for instance, I have had this conversation with other female LOs, and they've talked about how sometimes they feel that when they talk to a listing agent, especially when they're male, it always tends to go towards the idea of, hey, let's go get a drink, or let's go have lunch. And they're having that difficulty of, you know what, I just want to keep this business. You seeing that, and how do you combat that?
Yeah, I definitely have seen that for myself and also younger loan officers that I hire that may be very pretty girls in the industry. I always just educate them and tell them, set your boundaries and your priorities up front. If somebody's asking you to lunch, my favorite question is it a liquid lunch or a business lunch? Because I like to stay focused in my money-making activities. So if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Don't waste my time and I won't waste yours. You want me to add value to your business? I have no problem doing that, but we don't need to do it over drinks. We can do it over business plans.
Yeah, that sounded rehearsed. I liked it. I liked it.
No, no, that's all natural, honey. That's all natural. I have it down for 18 years because I've been asked on enough lunches to have that memorized.
It's funny you say that, Lauren, because I'm tired of going on lunches. I tell Jaime, I'm like, hey, hashtag no lunch. Like, no. Once again, is it making money? How are we going to do it? And really, like, I could rather, we could speak over the computer now, just like this.
It's funny that we bring that up, because you know what, it goes both ways for males and females in that perspective of, like, you're wasting my time. But unfortunately, when it comes out on the female side, there's always that sex thing in the background of people's heads, and it's funny. It's like I've told female LOs, I go, the guy's asking you for a reason. He's not asking you for your business. He's asking because he's trying to either hook up with you or something like that. It's not platonic. So I'm sure you're seeing that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where it comes in, just to be firm in what your goals and your priorities are and to set those boundaries. I've always felt like if you give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. But if you're firm and you're upfront about what you want to do and what you accomplish, then all they can do is respond. And either they're going to say no and they don't want to waste your time because they're looking for something extracurricular in the back end, and just move on from there. There's enough business for everybody. So if you have to decline one real estate agent or one broker, that's okay. There's 10 more behind them. Tell them to move. Stop blocking.
100. 100 of those. Yeah.
100? Yeah, there's 100 more behind.
And Jaime, you said I wouldn't want to waste anyone's time. One of the things about me is especially here in Southern California, a simple lunch, which I do want to interact with people. A simple lunch costs me 3 hours. And what I mean, it's 45 minutes to get to the location, an hour to spend, and then an hour and 45 to get back because now we're stuck in traffic. So when it comes down to valuing time, there's a lot more efficient tools, in the marketplace that allow us to put our message across and to let people know what our value is that we bring to the table. Right, Lauren?
Are you there, Lauren?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Lauren is in, she's on the moon right now. We're having,
Well,
difficulty with.
I'm so sorry.
I think that was your phone that rang or something like that. Probably threw everything
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. So, what is 18 years in the business, Lauren? What is one of your regrets career wise that you
Ooh,
wish you didn't have to experience?
good question. Now let me think about that. A regret, a regret, a regret. Um, wow, Jesse, you got me good. I don't know if I regret anything. This business is kind of trial and error, and you learn as you go. You're gonna make mistakes, but that's okay. Pick yourself up and keep moving forward. I'm really gonna have to think about that. I don't think I have any regrets. Have I learned a lot? Yes. Have I been educated a lot? Yes. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. Hmm.
So when it comes to education or learning a lot, what are some of the outlets or some of the people that you follow?
I had a great mentor. I was lucky enough when I came into the business, I came into builder business and I did the home loans at Bank of America with KB Home for 10 years. And it was crazy how I even got on that team. I was originally a loan officer at the bank and I was recruited by a girl that I had done business with over the phone for 2 years, had never met. And she told me, you know what, you need to stop working at the bank and come work for our company. You're going to get paid 10 times as much. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. I'll apply. She had her manager call the next day and said, when are you going to start? And I said, when am I going to start? And she said, yeah, you're hired. I said, well, don't we need to do an interview or anything like that? She said, no, you're referred by our top loan officer. You start tomorrow. So it literally happened overnight. It was such a blessing. And it changed my life. I think I was maybe 19, 20 years old, and that's when the market was really good. And the first month that I was in the business, I ended up making around $70,000. Not like that anymore,
Oh
but
my God.
yeah, it was life changing for me. So
Well, yeah, at 19 years old, making
yeah,
75,000.
What'd
Wow.
you do? Pay off mom
yeah.
and dad's house?
Oh God. I did a lot. I saved a lot. I'm a saver, so that I'm grateful for.
Super cool. Super cool. Yeah, so what is the one bit of advice you would give someone going into this market that we're going into or that we're already in? I believe we're already in it. So what advice would you give them to not have to make any errors and make $70,000 next month?
Yeah, absolutely. One is mentorship. Don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out when you need help. I see so many people come into the business, they get licensed, they're all gung ho for about a month to 2 months, then they're not getting any deals or putting any loans in the pipeline, and they want to give up and say real estate and mortgage don't work. There's no money to be made in that business. No, there's a ton of money to be made. You just got to keep at it. That and educate yourself. Go to as many classes as you can. Talk to people, ask questions, do whatever you need to do to build relationships and also build your knowledge base to keep growing and keep moving forward.
There you go. Just keep educating yourself. Keep building.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can never learn enough. And every seminar I attend or meeting I go to, there's always something new that I pick up. And I've been doing this for 18 years. So there's always something new out there. It's always new programs coming, guidelines changing, a niche somewhere that somebody doesn't know about. Just whatever you choose to do, specialize in it.
They're good. So give me something that would like something about you that would surprise most people.
I think most people don't know I'm actually very shy. When I attend events,
No.
it's kind of like that outgoing personality comes out, but I'm actually a very shy person.
I would never
Believe it
guess.
or not, I am. Yes, it is so true.
It,
That's awesome.
okay, so on the shy part, do you have a problem speaking in front of people?
Um, if I have to do it, I'll do it. But if I can avoid it at all costs, I'll definitely do it. If I can get one of my loan officers to speak for me, believe me, I like the light on somebody else. I don't like to be center of attention. That's just never been me.
Hmm. All right, that's actually pretty cool. What else you got, Jaime?
Let's see. When you get a good idea, how do you know it's the right idea? Like, what are indications? Like, how do you take
Um,
risks?
I don't know if anything makes a good idea or a bad. Are you there?
Yep, we're here.
Hi, man.
I'm here.
Oh,
We're
okay,
here.
you're
We're
cutting
here.
out on my. Um, I don't know if anything makes a good idea or a bad idea. Like just like when I started my investing career, I was scared to death, but I thought if I don't start and jump off that ledge, I'll never know what it's like. Either I'm gonna lose money or I'm gonna make a bunch of money. But either way, I'm gonna learn something. So just do it.
Just do it. Take that risk, people. You never know.
Yeah, take that risk. Just do it.
Yeah, that's true. You just really, really never know. And then you don't want to like be at the end of your lifespan and going, hey, you know what? I really regret the fact that I never really tried. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do you do? Like how do you leverage some of your failures?
Say that again.
How do you like leverage some of your failures? Because not everything's always, perfect. You there?
Yeah, I missed your question though.
Yeah. How do you leverage some of your failures?
How do I leverage them and in what sense?
Well, let's say, like a lot of times I think people, they might have like a loss and they'll let that like defeat them, instead of picking up and moving on.
Yeah. One thing I just think about the sales business in itself is don't be afraid of the word no. Also, when I first got in the business and I was very young, I would take everything very personal.
Mm-hmm.
So when a buyer was upset or when an agent was upset, that was very, very personal to me. And I would always take that home and dwell on it, and it would ruin my day. Oh my gosh, this person's upset and mad. You just can't do that. We're salespeople. You've got to take the good with the bad and let it roll and move on to the next. So that did take me time and years of experience to learn, but I've learned that, and it's been great because that was hard for me. I don't like people to be upset with me. I don't like people mad. I don't like when deals go south, and it does happen, but you just got to look for the solution, fix it, and move on.
And how many glasses of wine?
How many bottles? Forget the glasses. And I don't drink wine. I drink whiskey.
Oh, got it. Lauren, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I said, how do you think I've been in this business for 18 years?
I got my whiskey bottle right here. Just saying.
Right.
Quick question. So, it seems like you've been, not more than just, an originator, like a team leader, now in the position that you are, that you're in. How do you keep your people motivated?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like I've had really good mentors in my career where I've learned from the best. And one thing that my people recognize in me is if I lead them by action. And what I mean by that is, I was a regional manager prior to coming to Union Bank. And if my people were out doing open houses on the weekend, I was out doing open houses. I always lead by example. I'm not the kind of leader that's going to tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do because I'm in a higher position. I just don't believe in that. So there's a new loan officer that came on board that we recently hired who needed help going out to real estate offices because he was very afraid to go out and speak to brokers and speak to agents. So I said, okay, I want you to call the offices and make the appointments. And he did that no problem. He got appointments all day. He just got scared when he got in front of people. So I went with him and we do our pitches together and handhold him and walked him through it. And now he's off on his own and he's got his own book of business. So I just always believe in leading by example. If there's anything that anybody's afraid of or afraid of making mistakes, trust me, I've already done it. So I have no problem helping anybody. If they're afraid to do open houses with agents because it's their first time, I'll go out and do an open house with them.
Would you say that you happen to have a little more time than, another human being with, 3, 4 kids that's trying to succeed in the business?
No, honey, because I have 2 high maintenance pit bulls. So those are my kids. They're very high maintenance.
Oh,
they got to be walked 3 times a day. So I equate that to elementary school and daycare. They got to eat blue buffalo. They're high maintenance.
Oh
my hat really goes off to single moms or moms that are in the business. This business is very, very time consuming, but like I said, it's a blessing because we're able to make such a great living. So yeah, I think my time is a little bit more flexible. I would never compare myself to a mother who has 3 or 4 kids to take care of, plus come to work every day and build relationships and submit their loans or do their real estate.
But as a leader, under your command, do you feel that they get a little intimidated because of the amount of effort you're able to put in, that they might not be able to live up to your standards?
I really hope not. I think people who don't know me personally may get intimidated, but once they get to know me, they know that I have your back until the end. I will always help you. And for me, family comes first. And that's why it's very important for me to work for a family-oriented company. So if it's something that you have at your kid's school or you need to get done, I don't have a problem as a leader and a manager picking up that slack, because we can work forever, but nothing replaces our family if anything happens. So that has to come first.
As a team leader, how do you go about when somebody that you've built up and you help, grow their business, that they decide to leave? How do you deal with that?
You know what? It really depends on the reason that they're leaving. If it's something that I've done or something the company has done, I will do my best to remedy that immediately. If they're leaving for a promotion or a better opportunity, you always wish people well. I want to see everybody grow. It's very rare that people are with the same company for even 5 or 10 years now because they've outgrown their position. And I welcome that. Everybody deserves to grow and move forward. So as long as they're moving forward, I have no issue with it.
What's funny is people don't realize certain statistics. They say that our generation, which be like your generation X or Y, 4 years. You get 4
Right.
years. With millennials, guess. 2.
Wow. Yeah.
You got 2 years to go with these guys. So if you understand that if you go in that with that mindset and you understand that, and then when they do decide to leave, you're okay with it because you have already gotten that 2 years out of them. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, eventually people are going to leave. They're going to want to expand. They want to grow, and they want to test out their own wings and fly and see what they can do. So yeah, that's a good mindset to keep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and you never know where you're going to end up. You never know what's going to happen. I'm in the middle of hiring a guy who was actually my boss, 4 or 5 years ago, and now he's coming to work for me. So it's like, don't ever burn your bridges because you never know what can happen. Market's always changing.
The market is always changing. I like that comment.
That's right.
Don't burn your bridges.
Yeah. How easy is it to burn a bridge in this market?
Oh my God.
I don't think it's this market. I think it's this industry. I've run across people who belong in the industry, and I've run across people who don't. And
Oh, I thought Hyman froze too.
I did too. Yeah. Oh, what happened there?
No, no, you didn't freeze. You're just not moving.
Oh. I just froze there.
There you did. Lauren, where you at?
I won't touch my computer there.
Okay, okay. All right, okay. All right. By the way, it is going to be, semi-edited. So, all these little, all these glitches here, we're just going to blame them on Union Bank. They need better Wi-Fi.
Better Wi-Fi. Oh, man.
No, that's super cool. All right, Jaime, another little question before we let Lauren go.
Let's see. I think I've gotten everything I wanted to know so far. I mean, it was just really, the real reason why I wanted to bring you on is because I keep feeling like there's this thing about, females out there that, like, I've had this conversation with them that they don't feel like they're being represented within the industry, especially when it comes down to, like, power panels. I've had this conversation many a times, and I don't think men are, like, intentionally doing it. Maybe we just not very cognizant of what is needed, so I'm just kind of like curious as to what could we do as males, be a little bit more understanding, be more aware of it, and not exclude the females, because I don't think we're really trying to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jaime. I think it's, kind of out of sight, out of mind. But, the times are changing. Women are working. We're here, building households and building incomes just as well as a man, if not better. My mom is a very strong woman, and she always raised me. Anything a man can do, I can do better. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've lived by it.
There you go.
It's worked so far. But I think as women in the industry, we just want acknowledgement. We want acknowledgement that we're here, we're not going anywhere, that we work just as hard, if not harder. Like you said, not only are women in the industry, but there's mothers, and that's a full-time job in itself when you have 2, 3, 4 kids at home, plus coming to work, trying to work a, sales job that's basically 24 hours around the clock all day. So we just want acknowledgement that we're experienced, we're knowledgeable, we're here to help. We'll give 200% in everything that we do. And just include us. And I do think that the men in the industry are just not cognizant that we're here. It's a very male-dominated industry, although that is changing. I'm starting to notice a lot of more women come out, and we just need to make our presence felt. I think that's the biggest thing.
Awesome. Is there anybody that you would recommend us to interview that you'd like us to see?
Oh, good question.
It could be male or female. Doesn't matter.
Male or female? Who would I like you to interview next? Yeah, I got it. Yesenia.
Yesenia from Na Reposi or what? Which one?
Yesenia Lopez from Escrow. You don't know Yesenia?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to prank Yesenia. From where?
Yesenia is a riot. She's another bold, outgoing woman, and she's a really, really good friend of mine who I love dearly, but she doesn't take no stuff from nobody either.
Damn, so she's gonna kill me now.
Yeah, probably.
Dang it.
What escrow company is she with, Lauren?
She's with Parkfield Escrow out of Ranch Cucamonga.
All right, Lauren, so if people want to get a hold of you, how can they get in contact with you?
You guys can call me directly. My direct phone number is 909-964-6442, or you can email me at lauren.deltoro@unionbank.com.
Right on, right on.
Super cool. Thank you so much, Lauren, for being on the True Hot Seat. And if you guys are watching and you like what you see, make sure that you guys continue to hit the like button and continue to follow us. So share the videos and see you on the next one. Thank you.
It's running.